Good morning. Let's talk on vitamin A. Vitamin A is a fat-soluble vitamin. There are various features of the fat-soluble vitamins and the water-soluble vitamins, like solubility in fat. So all fat-soluble vitamins are soluble, while water-solubles are not. Then water-soluble vitamins are soluble in water. Absorption requires the lipids and bile salts. For the fat-soluble vitamin, well, absorption is so simple in case of water-soluble vitamins. The carrier proteins are always present for carrying the fat-soluble vitamins, while no carrier is required for these water-soluble vitamins. Then storage. So stored in the liver, the fat-soluble vitamins are stored in the liver, while there is no storage of water-soluble vitamins. So fat-soluble vitamins are retained in the body, and water-soluble can be easily excreted out as the aqueous medium of the blood is easily able to excrete all these water-soluble vitamins. Then deficiency of these vitamins manifest only when stores are depleted. And in case of water soluble vitamin, it manifests rapidly as there is no storage. So toxicity has been observed in case of hypervitaminosis of the fat soluble vitamin, while unlikely there is excess is because excess is always excreted in case of water soluble vitamins. So treatment of deficiency, so single large doses may prevent the deficiency of fat soluble vitamins, while regular dietary supply is required for the water soluble vitamins deficiency. Then major vitamins are A, D, E, K, and in case of fat soluble vitamin, while the water soluble vitamins are B complex and C. So vitamin B12 is an exception because absorption it requires the intrinsic factor for its absorption right from the stomach. So as far as chemistry is concerned, have look on the chemistry. All trans retinal and beta carotene, these are the three fellow member of this vitamin A family. Vitamin A contains a single six-membered ring to which is attached an 11 carbon side chain. So vitamin A is an alcohol, but can be converted into the aldehyde or acid. So this is the vitamin A, that is all trans retinal, and when the in the side chain the aldehyde group is present, so it can be converted to all 11 cis retinol, and retinol can be converted into the alcohol, that is the, so instead of CHO there is an OH group, CH2OH group is there. Then this is the beta carotene, which is called as an precursor for synthesis of retinol and retinoic acid. So this is the structure of beta carotene. All members are derived from the cleavage and conversion from this beta carotene. Then interconversion of vitamin A molecule. So this is the retinol aldehyde, which is able to be converted into the retinol in the presence of enzyme reductase, while retinol can be oxidized to retinoic acid as well. So retinol is a primary alcohol form. Retinol is an aldehyde, as I've already explained, and retinoic acid and carboxylic acid, and derived from the plant precursor molecule beta carotene, which is a provitamin. So animal sources of this vitamin A include the dairy products like milk, butter, cream, cheese, egg yolk, and liver. The richest dietary source are fish liver oil, that is the cod liver oil. Meat is rather low in vitamin A. Vegetable sources are green leafy vegetable, spinach, yellow red fruits, vegetable such as carrots, tomato, pumpkins, peaches, papaya, and mangoes. So daily requirement of vitamin A is children requires 400 to 600 microgram per day. Adults want 750 to 1000 micrograms per day, while in pregnancy 1000 micrograms per day is being required. So how it is being absorbed right from the intestinal lumen. So this retinol is converted into retinol ester, which is now absorbed in the chylomicrons, as which are acting as a vehicle for lipid absorption, triglyceride absorption. So via these vehicles, it enters the it takes it into the blood, and from blood it enters into the liver here. In the liver here it is stored, and thus whenever it is being required, so retinol binding protein carries them to the various site wherever this retinol is being required. So say for instance the target cell is like your eyes in the retina. So here this retinol is converted into the retinoic acid, and now retinoic acid is going to interact with the DNA specific gene site, and that leads to expression of certain specific kind of RNA, and followed by protein synthesis. So once the light falls onto the eyes, so in the retina, there is a rhodopsin pigment, which being converted as it sends the light, it converts up into the bathorodopsin for within nanoseconds. Its life is just nanosecond, then it converts up into lumirodopsin, which stays till microsecond, then followed by metarodopsin, which is also have a very small span of life, then which converts up into the metarodopsin 2, and which is going to be broken up into two segments. One is the scotopsin, which is also known as opsin protein, and all trans retinal. So though we can say the absorption of this the this retinol or retinol used to be present in the rhodopsin pigment. Whenever light falls on it, it broken up into the all trans retinal, not retinol, all trans retinal and the opsin protein. Then this all trans retinal converts up into which can directly be converted up into the all 11 cis retinal in the presence of enzyme isomerase, and which further reverts back to rhodopsin by combining with again this is scotopsin or opsin protein. Or either way, it can convert up into the rhodopsin. So another way is like all trans retinal converts up into the all trans retinol through reduction. Reductase enzyme is there, and this is via the isomerase enzyme converts up into the all cis retinol. All cis retinol further oxidized back to 11 cis retinol, and which combines with opsin protein and leading to regeneration of rhodopsin protein. Then vitamin D deficiency disorder that we will discuss later on. This is the rhodopsin protein. The same thing is in a more clear manner after being sensitized by the light. So photoisomerization and visual excitation happens by volley of reactions into the rhodopsin pigment, and which leads to the breakdown of this rhodopsin into the opsin protein and all trans retinal. Retinol can converts up into retinol, transretinol, and via retinol isomerase, it converts up into the cis retinol and reverts back to 11 cis retinal. In the presence of this opsin protein, it again regenerates the rhodopsin. In the previous slide, I explained all this thing. So main role of this vitamin A is in the vision, in the visual cycle, that is the whole visual cycle. Then other biochemical functions are gene regulation, cell differentiation and growth. maintenance of epithelial cell, immunological reactions, reproductive system, antioxidant property, effect on skin and mucus secretion, different forms of vitamins have different function. Retinal and retinol are involved in vision. Retinoic acid is involved in cellular differentiation and the metabolic processes. Then beta carotene is involved in antioxidant function. This is the world visual cycle which is happening with the retina. So these are the deficiency manifestations of vitamin. So it leads to night blindness or nyctalopia, then conjunctival xerosis, drying of conjunctiva. This is the picture. Then white spot, triangular spots are there onto the conjunctiva. Then corneal xerosis and corneal ulceration, keratomalacia, xerophthalmia and corneal scars. Then skin and mucous membrane lesion, phrinoderma, or rough skin is there. Then that is also known as follicular hyperkeratosis, growth retardation, because they have important role in cell differentiation and growth. So a reduced immunity against the infections. Dark adaptation time is that is the time taken for regeneration of rhodopsin is known as dark adaptation time. So it is increased if there is a deficiency of vitamin A. Hypervitaminosis A or toxicity. So excessive intake of the vitamin A can lead to toxicity since the vitamin is not soluble or mixed with the aqueous medium of blood. So it can be stored at various lipidic site of the body. The symptoms of toxicity are anorexia, irritability, headache, drowsiness, and vomiting, increased intracranial traction, sometimes swelling over the long bones, that is also known as bony exostosis. Then may occur with painful bones. Enlargement of liver is also seen in children. The therapeutic dose of vitamin A is 7,500 to 35,000 units. Um, uh, then dietary advice, the food rich in vitamin A to be taken. Then vitamin A is considered as a hormone. So, why it is taken as? Because its mode of action is similar to those of steroidal hormone. So, within the cell, both retinol and retinoic acid function by binding to specific receptors protein present in the nucleus of target tissues. And following binding, the receptor vitamin complex interact with several genes involved in growth and differentiation and affects their expression. So it's the mode of action of vitamin A is exactly similar to those of steroidal hormone. It enters the cytoplasm right from the blood via some carrier and then enters into the nucleus wherein the bind up with the nuclear receptor, and this receptor hormone complex then binded to a specific gene site onto the DNA and leading to the expression of the particular gene, and that expression lead to the corresponding kind of required or desired kind of protein production in the cytoplasm. So that's how it is considered as a hormone.